What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Big Man on Campus podcast. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus. Getting you ready here live for a Thursday night full of college hoops. Looking forward to breaking down the card and seeing where the value lies. Lot to do tonight. Going to give you plenty of leans and likes, picks and previews, and hopefully you find some winners tonight for yourself. And hopefully we continue where we are with the show. I've had a nice week starting out 2-0 here with the picks of the day. Hit last night with the easy winner in the South Dakota State game over the total. That one was over with about 5 or 6 minutes to go. So it was nice to hit that one, get that one out of the way, and get a winning night here. We'll hope for another one tonight. Please, as always, hit the like button. Let me know you're out there. Say hello. A lot of people here hanging out with me on a Thursday. Let's shout them out here. Zach T, Sammy Sharps, George Young, Yinka, welcome in. Rashawn Wong, welcome in. What's up? James Ross, Adam Lastman, Kevin White, Johans Peterson, Sean Williams, Corey Strauss, Bill Perry, Chance Stembridge, Rob Taz, what's up, buddy? Reggie, what's happening? Justin, Cameron, Styles, Best Gambler, what up? Jeff Bailey, how you doing, sir? Matt Varnum, welcome in, everybody. Let's get going inside. Blizzard conditions on the East Coast. I didn't get hit with any blizzard, so I'm good to go. The sun's out a little bit ago here, so we're good around here, but I know the coast got hit. What's up, Lucky? Brad Dale, Brick City, Rooktis, Sam High, Marco, everybody, welcome in. Alex, what's happening? Saturdays are for Belmar, bro. That's what they're for. They're for Belmar, baby. Belmar, New Jersey. Stand up. DJs, 18th Avenue, motherfuckers. 18th and Ocean. What's up? Shout out to Belmar, baby. Shout out to Belmar, motherfuckers. Jersey's in the building. Shout out to Seaside, too, as always. I came up on the streets of Seaside when I was younger. Everybody in here, welcome in. Let's get into the show here. 63 and 37 on the season. That's 100 plays we've given out. 63%, 22.1 units on the season. It's all documented here on the show. Yeah, it's been a fun year. People have been making money. Everybody's making money. No cost to the show. Just good, bad basketball knowledge. That's how we do it here. Yeah, settle down, George Young. Take it easy, buddy. 65. I would kill for 65 right now, buddy. Take it easy. Take it easy. All right, let's get into the show here today. Without further ado, what I'll do, guys, I have about 8 or 9 games I'll talk about here. Obviously, we'll go with the play of the day first. I'll give my opinion on 8 or 9 or so games here. Some interesting games, some of the bigger games on the card, and then we'll take some questions. Jacksonville State's to play. Gave this game out already at 4.5. I knew it would move, and it has. You look at this line now. I mean, it's up to 5.5. And yeah, I knew it would move. This is the best play on the card. There's not a better play on a card than Jacksonville State. Tennessee State's a group that is really kind of rebuilding this year under Dana Ford. Had a pretty good team last year, but you look at this year's team, I mean, they're just not very good. I mean, they're struggling to score, only shooting at about 40% on the season, 64.5 points a game. The last 5 games only shooting it at about 38%. They just really have struggled. I mean, they want to try to be that defensive team that kind of slows it down, possession basketball, but they just haven't been really good on either side of the ball, frankly. You look at their wins this year. I mean, they're against Reinhardt, Fisk, Kennesaw State, Alabama State. I mean, just junk. I mean, nothing to write home about. And I've mentioned, guys, I like this Jack State team. I think they're really good. Ray Harper's a great coach. And Ray Harper is a good coach for a team on the road. He's had this team very prepared under his tutelage. You look at this year, 3-1 ATS on the road. I mean, they've gone out and played in Oregon. They've gone out and played in tournaments. They've been very ready on the road this year. And that's something that Ray Harper's done in his time at Jack State. You look the last 3 years, he's 22-11 on the road against the number. They're also in this game have a major rebounding edge, which we've talked about before. And guys, I think what you need to keep in mind, Jacksonville State's a team that not only are they good on the offensive end, but they're really good on the defensive end as well. This team is 24th nationally in scoring defense. They're 18th nationally in field goal percentage defense. Not only are they good on the offensive side, but they're really good on that defensive side, like I said. And I know people are going to say to me, well, big man, we have a problem here. They only shoot 70% from the line, actually 69.5%. But here's something that I'm interested in. Late in games, who's going to have the ball in their hands? It's going to be Drumright, 89%, Marlon Hunter, 86%, Jason Burrell, 83%, Giga, 69%, Spears, 76%. So they have plenty of options. They just have one guy that doesn't shoot it particularly well, Jamal Gregory, and he's not going to be in the game late. So I think we're good to go here. This one really checks out for me. I think the line's just a little low. I think this is 7.5, 8 point line. I think this is too low. So this is going to be the play of the day. Jacksonville State minus the 4.5. Where are we going here? Do want to shout a couple more people out with some comments here. Matricia Gilbert, Furman. Yeah, actually, I'm going to talk about that game here in a little bit, so hang around. We'll get to that one. Retro Horror, I have that one written down as well. I'll get to that one. What's up, Kisa, Kyle, Nikki Six, Brian, Justin? Welcome in. Steven, Armin. What's up, Armin? How you doing, pal? Tulane, says Kevin White. I don't know about that. Chance got Jack State at 3.5. Good for you. Do you share how much you bet on games? Not really. I mean, I've said it before. I'm at 300 at this point. I mean, I was at 250 a game for a while, but I'm at 300. I've been at 300 for about a year now. Sometimes I bet more. Sometimes, I bet, 2-team money line parlay once in a while, but most of the time it's 300 flat total sides. I do this for a living. I'm not in the position. I'm not going to bet thousands of dollars on games. It's bankroll management. That's why I've been able to build what I have and do what I do. So, I'm 300 a game right now. Can we talk Arizona, Utah? I have that written down as well. Guys, we're going to talk about a lot of games. Let's just hang out here. No need to send in. We'll get all the games in. So, again, first play of the day, Jacksonville State, minus 4.5. Hey, Varnum, one thing I can have you do, every 5 minutes, post a play of the day on the chat box here. That way 8,000 people aren't asking. I will say this, okay? This is important. It's very important that, guys, when you're following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me and you have my Twitter, because sometimes you're going to put a play out early. I want to meet the line. 5 should be fine. I like this up to 6, but I'm very confident in the number that I got. So, again, I have 4.5. Does an injured St. John's team expose that Seton Hall and Creighton are overrated? Both teams struggled to win by 5. That doesn't matter. They won, though, Keith. If they lost, then okay. St. John's is not exposing anyone. I'm sorry. No, I don't think it does. Greg Hickman, big man keeps it real. I really respect someone upfront and honest. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. By the way, guys, tonight I'll be on for Gabe Morency. Morency won't be on tonight. I'll be filling in for him. We'll get back to the late night on campus for at least a night. I got a nice show planned. We'll talk about some stuff, have some fun, and really go at it. Let's get into the rest of the card here. Houston-Wichita is an interesting game. I talked about this on the right side of campus earlier. I think this is a couple too many points here. I think Houston's a pretty good team. They're good offensively, 81 a game. They shoot the ball well, play good defense. Rob Gray's the guy that could take the game over. And look, Wichita State has struggled in transition so far. They're getting people back healthy. The cohesion's not there right now. And right now, it's a good time to bet against Wichita State. Maybe not in a month from now, and I'm sure not in a month from now, but a team that can shoot 46%, 40% for 3, 72% from the line. I think 10's a couple too many points. I also kind of like the over in this game. I think 151's kind of right where I think it'll be. I could see it going over the total. Both these teams are pretty quick. Both haven't played particularly good defense. But the play for me I'd consider here is probably the 10 with Houston. I just think this is a couple too many points right now for as good as Houston's been. Wichita's going to turn it on. They're going to be good cohesively soon, and they're really close. I mean, McDuffie's just come back from injury, so again, it'll be close. But I would definitely lean here with the Cougars. Um, yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, that was an easy one. Well, I actually had the -3, but that would have worked also. Let's get into Temple, Cincinnati. Important note to make, guys. It's snowing heavily in Philadelphia. They've had a lot of snow today. And listen, Temple right now is negative. They're not playing well. I'd imagine that the crowd's not going to be very good there tonight. Plus, students aren't even back yet. Most students haven't come back to class. Most kids that go to Temple live in the area. They might live in Bucks County or in South Philadelphia or South Jersey. They're not going to make the trip to this game. So I'd imagine it's going to be a pretty wonky atmosphere. I don't think you're going to see a ton of people there tonight. If anyone watched the Tulane game, it'll probably be that or worse. So that's not going to be an issue. This line is too short to me. Temple's getting a little too much respect here. I feel like 7.5 is too low. Temple's 1-4 to the number at home this year as it is. Offensively, they've been, as I said, wonky. They've been wonky offensively. Sometimes they look really good offensively. Shiz Alston looks great. Obi Anechionya's vanished. I don't know where he is. He's been MIA lately. No one's really playing well. The only thing that I'm kind of interested in Temple right now is the fact that they've gotten some good bench production from J.P. Moorman and some other guys. So that might give them a little push here, but Cincinnati owns them on the boards. They're going to own them on the boards. Kane Broom is out for Cincinnati, but Temple's D's been poor. Their offense has been poor. And Cincinnati's 6th in field goal percentage defense. I think they really batten down the hatches here and take care of Temple here. This number seems a little too low. Where are we at here? Let me go up a little bit here. Anything on Santa Barbara? I don't have anything on Santa Barbara. Listen, KJ, I would recommend no 5-team parlays. It's tough to win one game, man, let alone 5. But maybe someone will have an opinion. Do you think Gonzaga will cover a huge number like last year? No, not really. Pepperdine, though, is really in a tough spot right now. Pepperdine's without 2 of their best players, Cam Edwards and Udinese. Both of them are out right now. They've been in and out of the lineup all season. I wouldn't be taking the points here. I mean, I don't think Gonzaga's not going to be as potent as they were last year, covering 25-point numbers every single night. They still without a point guard, Gonzaga. But again, I mean, I'm not thinking I wouldn't be in any notion to think that Pepperdine will hang around, though the Waves have played hard. I mean, that is one thing about them that you have to respect. They do play tough, but I mean, again, you look at lately, they've hung around in games. The last 5 or so games, they've hung around. But and some of those are good teams. I mean, you played Belmont, Weber State, you hung in those games. But this is a lot of points. I don't love Gonzaga like I did last year. They're not on my radar. I haven't been involved with them too much. Anyone in North Texas? I'm not. Hit the like button. Yep, exactly. Let's keep going down the list. Green Bay, Cleveland State. People are asking me about that one. I'm not running to the window to bet the Phoenix right now. I'm just not. And look, is Cleveland State good? No, of course they're not. But they're at home here. They're facing a team that's pretty poor, that doesn't play a ton of defense. Dennis Felton's team, I think, is going to get the job done here tonight. The line speaks for itself. I think a lot of people might get hurt on this game. I know I was wrong with the Marquette game yesterday, but look, I don't think I was on the wrong side there. They won in overtime. What can you do? They had the lead near the end of the game, and they pissed it away. A kid dropped 52. What are you going to do? I would take that game again tonight if I could. I'm not crazy about Green Bay. I don't really see the reason that you'd back them, especially on a card like this. And there's so many games, so many good games. This would be one if I don't like Green Bay, or if I like Green Bay, I'm probably just going to look the other way. Jacksonville should be -5. This is still a play. Again, I'm confident with the 4.5. I got, like I said, though, up to 6, I would take it. Chris Shelton, get the fuck out of here, you stupid fuck. Fuck off. What's up, Little E? Jay Bond, what's up, man? Arizona State's the only team in the top 25 that's not in the top 100. Very overrated. Settle down, Jay Bond. Very overrated. Okay. To Jay Bond, Arizona State's overrated because they're not top 100 in defense. I mean, Michigan State's 24th in RPI. Should they be number one? Who gives a fuck about that? I mean, their only loss this year is to Arizona on the road. I mean, I guess you forgot they went to Kansas and beat Kansas. I guess you forgot they beat St. John's. You forgot they beat Xavier. Oh, and by the way, in those games against Xavier and Kansas, they put up 95 and 102. Listen, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be better defensively, but when you score 90 a game, you don't have to be as good on the defensive side of the basketball. I'm not saying they're a lock to win anything, but to say they're overrated, that's a bit of a stretch, dude. Come on. You're better than that. Come on. Scott Brooks, what's up? Justin Searcy, what's up? Hey, Chad. Let's keep going down the list here. I'm actually interested at this point in how Texas Arlington comes out tonight because they're back at home after two straight losses, and they didn't look good at all in those games. I mean, they were not cohesive whatsoever. The only excitement that I think you do have with them is we do have to remember against App State the other day, they were down 25 points. They ended up losing by 5. Maybe there's a little bit of motivation here with this group, but I will say this. I mean, Kevin Neal looks on another planet right now. Kevin Hervey seems like, or Eric Neal looks like he's on another planet. Kevin Hervey looks like he's ready to go to the NBA. And I'm a little concerned tonight with the Hervey matchup. I don't know that is it a plus tonight? Sure, but I do think Varnado can keep him at bay. I'm just wondering right now where their head's at. I'll be interested maybe in a week or two, but I want to see how they play over tonight and over the weekend. Maybe that was just a bad road trip. Teams have them, but I'm not running to bet Texas Arlington tonight. I'm definitely calmed down a little bit on them. Carlos Cortez has put him down for a like. Thanks, buddy. The shot selection for UT Arlington is incredibly poor. It's really bad. I mean, I urge you sit down and watch them. Watch them in the first half against Creighton. Shot selection was horrible. It's bad. That's bad coaching. Arizona State is one of the best backcourts in the nation. Exactly. And Romello White is really good. So they'll be fine. The Arlington line's going down because I don't think they're a great bet right now, Mark. And Troy's not bad. Troy made the tournament last year. Varnado and Wesley Person are good players. Exactly. Well, and yeah, they're not playing well. I don't think that has any. That's no surprise to me that the line's going down, even though the public does like Texas Arlington. Arizona's hosting Utah tonight. Actually, they're headed on the road to take on Utah. Sorry. They have won 13 of 15 against the Utes, so they have that. And I think this line's a little too low, honestly. I thought it'd be more towards like 4.5, 5. I know Utah's a tough place to go play, and they have a great crowd there, but it is winter break right now. And you look at since the Bahamas disaster for Arizona, they've won 8 in a row, guys. And they've beaten some good teams during that time. Just beat Arizona State over the weekend. A lot of those games were at home. I think that's the only concern here. But I wonder are the bigs for Utah ready to handle DeAndre Ayton? Look, could Pirtle handle him? Maybe. But I'm not sure David Collette's going to. I like Arizona here. I think this is one, a little short of a price here. Maybe even consider, these games are usually close. Maybe just taking a flyer with the money line here. I don't know. I definitely though think the line's a little low. I'd think it'd be more around 4.5 or 5. We're getting 3, so I'd maybe lay the number here with Arizona. I like the way they played. I still think they're a Final Four caliber type of team. I think they'll. I think they'll get the job done. Billy Jolly, is Arizona another lock? No, I don't think we ever had any locks. What the hell are you talking about, Billy? Billy, put down the beer. It's too early. Billy's just throwing shit out there. What are you talking about? Stanford, UCLA, what are your thoughts? I don't have any thoughts on that game. Those are two teams that I wouldn't be looking to bet on right now. I don't like Stanford to begin with. And UCLA, I think they're just going to be an average basketball team this year. Another game that I have two games coming up here, guys, that were just missed play of the day status for me. I just took Jacksonville State because they're to me the best play on the board. Best play. These other two plays, they would be my 2 and 3. The first one is Weber State. They were about as close to a play for me as you can get. And I might be on them late night here. I think they pound Northern Arizona here. I think this is another line that's a bit low. I don't really understand it. I mean, Northern Arizona is horrible. They're terrible. They're giving up 85 points a game on the road. They suck. I mean, Weber's just murdering it right now. 54% from the field. They're putting the ball in the hoop like crazy. This isn't one of Randy Ray's better teams, but I still think they're really impressive, really solid, and they should have no problem dispatching the Lumberjacks here. The Lumberjacks can't score as it is. Weber State's one of the better defensive home courts in the country. They really get after you. I think this is like a 20-point win for Weber State. I think they pound Northern Arizona. That was a close one for me. Has San Diego impressed you? Yeah, they have, actually. I like what Lamont Smith's done there. And Portland's no good. I wouldn't disagree with you there. USC +3, yes. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I like Arizona. Couple other ones here. Citadel Furman. I know people were asking about this game. I'm going to actually look to bet some unders here going forward with Furman and Citadel. The Citadel's lines, I think, are a little too high right now. And I know we've talked in the past about their inability to play defense. And look, they're not going to play defense. That's a given. But I wonder, is Furman good enough to score 100 points in this game? Or more than that, because they're going to have to do that, I think, for this game to go over. This Citadel team is not playing well right now on the offensive end. They haven't been as press happy as usual. And the concern I have for Citadel is they weren't good to begin with. Now Preston Parks left the team, and he was their best scorer. And surprisingly, their offenses went down. They haven't been scoring. They haven't been as efficient. They're only shooting at about 40%. And Furman is not overly quick. I mean, they're going to slow it down, play the kind of possessions they like. I think this game might be similar to like that Ohio State game. Slow it down, get a good shot. Don't run with Citadel because that's what Citadel wants from you, and they're not ones to do it. I would lean under here. I don't. I think this is a little too many points here. I don't have anything on Morehead State. And then one other one I was looking at as well, Pacific +19 tonight against St. Mary's. I think this is a couple too many points in this one as well. Pacific's covered 4 in a row against St. Mary's. They've done a nice job, Damon Stoudemire's group here. And I asked myself in this game, is there going to be enough possessions to cover this big number? I mean, St. Mary's is 346th in possessions per game. That's among the worst in the country. They're very slow. And Pacific's not quick either. They're 185th. So, I mean, they're in the bottom half as well. So I'm not running to the window to bet St. Mary's here. I think this is like a 12 to 16 point win. I think 19 is a little too high. Plus, they've had good success against St. Mary's in the past. So I'm going to go with I'm going to lean Pacific as well. So the couple I really like lean-wise, Weber -11, Citadel under 173.5, and Pacific +19. But for me, I'm definitely on Jack State as the best play on the board. Portland State. Listen, I'm not buying into Portland State. I know a lot of people have. I'm not. I still think they're a bad defensive group. And we saw that in their last game. I mean, Sac State's terrible. And you lose outright to Sac State. Eastern Washington is a senior-laden team, but I know their point guard's young. He might have some trouble with the press there, but it is a road game. I'm just not sold on Portland State. I know they had some close games, but they are one of those teams that's really bipolar, and they'll look good for a couple weeks, and then they'll lose to Sacramento State. That's kind of the IE MO of them. Where else do we had here? Weber State line went from 11.5 to 11. Well, what are you going to do? That's sharp money taking Northern Arizona. What can you do there? Um, as always, I appreciate your deep, nice research. Thanks, Carlos. I'm on Furman team total under 96.5. That's a gutsy play. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if they score 100. I just don't think Citadel's going to put up 70 plus. So that's kind of my angle there. So I'm hoping you're right. If they score under 96.5, the under will get there, I'd imagine. Because I peg like Furman for like 65, 70. So I'm hoping that's like a 97, 70 type of game, 173, a little too high. Again, I don't have a ton of opinion on San Diego, Portland. San Francisco, nothing there either. I'm not a big West Coast Conference fan. And I'll occasionally pick one off like the Pacific game, but I don't overly like the conference, especially with Gonzaga not as potent as they were last year. Other than that, though, mid-major Thursday is always a fun night. I like Thursday nights. It's good. It's a good night to kick back and watch a lot of good mid-major basketball here. Um, I have no opinion on Santa Clara. SMU Tulane. Tulane's definitely a team that is improving under Mike Dunleavy Sr., which is good to see. I like that athletic program down there. They have two good coaches in kind of going right now. But look, SMU's a team that I like at home. I'm not crazy about them on the road, although they've had good success as a road team and as a road favorite. So, they've taken care of business really everywhere, which is a sign of a good basketball team. They got Jamal McMurray eligible now. I think Tulane's improving, but I'm not looking to bet on them here. I'd actually lean with Southern Methodist here on the road. The addition of McMurray is huge for them. And you look at the last 5 games, kind of since he's come in, 77 a game, shooting 51%, only allowing 37.5%. They're one of the better field goal percentage defense teams out there. I mean, SMU is right up there. I mean, they're 44th in the country in field goal percentage defense. That's really good. So I like Tulane, but I like Tulane against a Temple or a St. Joe's or teams like that. Against a team that's better than them, no. Uh, damn, dude. At least say you won a 97. Oh shit, my fault. I thought you said 97.5. My bad. All right, 95.70. That would be fun. Uh, I think it's going to be right close to that. That's a pretty good number. I feel like for that game. Uh, Bart, what's up, Bart? Good to see you, man. I didn't know you could get. I didn't know you knew how to come in here. Welcome in, man. Tennessee Martin, Austin P. Austin P's actually been pretty impressive this year for the truth of the matter. Figure's done a nice job with them, but let's look at them because Austin P. Dave Luce was the coach there for so long, and he unfortunately got cancer, and he just kind of he had to retire. But I don't know. I wonder about Austin P. Just because, like, you look at their wins this year in conference, they were against Eastern Illinois, who sucks, and Edwardsville, who I've mentioned I think is awful. But look, they played hard against Evansville, played ornery against Illinois. Hung with some decent teams for a little bit. Hung with Asheville, who is the best team out of the Big South. I like Austin P. I like the way they run offense, and I don't hate this matchup. I mean, I kind of like Austin P here. Murray State, nah, not tonight. I mean, previously, like Saturday against Edwardsville, I would have been interested, but not tonight. I'm going to pass on them tonight. I think they're just better options out there. I know people probably ask, what do you think of Edwardsville tonight? I'm not looking to run to the window to bet Eastern Kentucky either. Eastern Kentucky's not much better than Edwardsville. I was considering IPFW Oral Roberts, but I've noticed Oral Roberts been better defensively this year. IPFW will put up points, but Oral Roberts has done a nice job on the defensive end. And I wonder how the front courts will play each other. Albert Owens is a great player for Oral Roberts, though I think IPFW has some guys that can help him and help out there. That might be a sneaky under. People were harping on Ohio State this morning. Yeah, I have no opinion on that one. How has your Premier League been hitting? Premier League's been good. Hey, up about 3 units on the week. and I've done a great job with the Premier League Punters show. What's up, Josh Garay? Welcome in. Thanks. UL Lafayette already talked about. I don't have much opinion on that game. I grabbed you to UL Lafayette the other night against Little Rock, but tonight I don't have much an opinion. I haven't had a good read on App State. I bet against them twice this year and lost both games. I just don't have a good read on them. So that's mainly why I don't have anything on that. Young Jeezy, I have to give you the award this year for the guy that comes in the chat at the worst times possible. Now, I just talked about Murray State. Young Jeezy comes in 30 seconds later. Hey, what do you think of Murray State? You just have a knack to come in at like the worst time. It's really amazing. It's remarkable. I know you don't try. It's just interesting how you do it. No, I don't. I'm not interested in Murray tonight. Should they cover? Sure, but I'm not running to the window for it. Do you think Coastal can keep it close? I like their zone, the way Cliff Ellis runs his zone, but again, UL Monroe, kind of a shaky team. They're at home. I could see them coming to play here. No opinion. I mean, they're better games on the board to me. Do I like Mountain West Conference? Yeah, I do. Definitely. I like Wyoming, San Diego State, Fresno, sure. I thought Fresno was a trap game last night, though. It seemed like a lot of people were on that game and they lost. Settle down, young Jeezy. Jesus Christ, man. We're just fucking around. Settle down, dude. We're just fucking with you. But hey, if you want to get in your feelings, that's fine. We know you don't have the luxury. I get that. It's not a big deal. Just breaking your balls, bro. Though I prefer Northern Iowa at home, 5.5 is a lot of points. I don't know if it is. Northern Iowa's not playing well right now, and I like Iowa or Missouri State. I think they're the best team in the Missouri Valley. I think Paul Lusk is a really good team there. Alize Johnson is an NBA kind of player, and he's a guy that not a lot of people know about. I'm not impressed with Northern Iowa. They can't score. Last two games, 53 and 53. They can't score. I mean, do they ever score 80? All right, let's take a look at how many times Northern Iowa scored 80 points this year. They've done it twice. And it was against Chicago State, who many of us think are the worst team in the country, and Dubuque, and they scored 80. Dubuque, University of Dubuque, which is a Division III team, I believe. So they're just not real good offensively. I don't. Do I think they can hang in that game? Sure, I do. I mean, they're a good defensive group, but I'm not running to the window to bet them. I like Missouri State, though I'd rather get that like a pick 'em. Might be a good money line parlay candidate. Watching as many games as you do you record, watching multiple TVs, etc.? Not really. I actually just, a lot of this stuff is just memory and like what I've seen lately from them. Some teams I don't ever watch, but I could say most teams I've seen. And usually I don't go to sleep very much. So yeah, I watch. I have like a computer. I have my TV. I have my computer. So I have like 4 different things that I have on at the same time. So, but a lot of this stuff is just, and there are times, William, where I don't even watch the games. Like tonight, I'll watch Temple Cincy just because I watch Temple and I enjoy it. By the way, we'll be on the air during that time. We'll watch the second half together, guys. Join me, Temple, Cincinnati. That'll be fun to watch tonight. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just highlights and watching, that kind of thing. I took East Tennessee Samford under 140 based on pace of play. I never watched them. Thoughts? Well, let me East Tennessee State, I've always liked. I like Steve Forbes. I like that team. I liked them last year a lot. I thought they were really talented last year. Obviously, in the tournament, they did a nice job. But like any other team, they lose some players. Sanford's had some trouble this year with injuries. Wyatt Walker's been out. Scott Padgett's really had to kind of, move guys around. And look, pace of play is important in totals. That's obviously real important. But you having a total of 140. You have a team in Sanford that's pretty good from the free throw line, pretty good from the field in general. But they don't rebound, which is a good thing. I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched them a ton, either of these teams. But Sanford struggled. They've had some issues with, like I said, with the Wyatt Walkers of the world. He's only played 2 games. He's their best player. That's a bit of a problem for them. And look, that's why they're 5-8. East Tennessee State's done an admirable job this year, especially with what they lost last year. Losing Mosca Perea and guys like that. I actually kind of like East Tennessee to win the game and cover, but as far as the total, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, East Tennessee's a good defensive team, always are. They're not amazing offensively. You just got to hope that they can keep. You got to hope that's like a 74-64 type of game, where like they really come to play on defense, which they can. I mean, they're 70th nationally, so they should be able to come on the defensive end. But 140 is low in college hoops anymore. You got to hope that it's not a foul fest at the end, because nowadays unders are real tough because officials are basically told to call fouls. Like that's the common thing nowadays. An under for me, like the only teams I want to bet unders with are like UCF, East Carolina, Virginia, American, like teams like that, St. Mary's, like tempo wise. But I think you have a close one there. I sure hope East Kentucky just mildly sucks tonight and I can get a cover. What, so you bet? Wait, so what did you bet? You bet Edwardsville? Wow. I had to step away. Don't know if you went over these already. Do you like Portland State? No, I'm not into Portland State. I'm not running to bet on them. Ohio State, no opinion. I'll check NBA. I haven't looked at it yet. Are you going to buy Steve Bannon's book, BMOC? No. Why would I buy Steve Bannon's book? Steve Bannon is everything that I don't believe. So I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested to read it, I guess, but I don't know. I don't really give him. I don't want to like put money in his pocket, really. And look, the media will let us know what's in it anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to put money in his pocket. And do I believe him? I mean, again, just because someone writes a book doesn't mean it's truthful. But I might. I mean, I'll try to find it and read it on through someone else's wallet. Not that I don't mind paying for stuff. I just don't want to put money in his pocket. College sports and unders are scary. Yeah, they are. What do I think about 6-point teaser parlays in basketball? I don't like them. Get that out of your head, Zachariah. Bet on straight bets and totals. No teasers. Teasers in basketball are stupid. They're a total waste. I hate when officials kill the flow of games. It happens too often. Hey, salam, sissy. Welcome in, man. Yeah, well, that's how they're supposed to call the game. Yeah, you have to go back, Chance. We talked about those games. UAB, FAU. No opinion. Not really into that one, bro. I like FAU, though. I like Ron Delph, but that's all they have, Ron Delph. UAB has a lot of good players. Tennessee State doesn't play Belmont. What are your thoughts on Vegas, Dave? I mean, look, I mean, the guy's a hustler. I mean, he's trying to go out there and make money. I think he's a bit of a scam. I mean, if you read up on Vegas Dave or know people that know Vegas Dave, he'll bet the Atlanta Falcons and he just bets every team. I mean, he's a scam. I mean, he's trying to come up, make a dollar like everybody else. I don't think he's any different from most of the touts in this business. I'll talk more about Vegas Dave on tonight's show. Ask me tonight about that. We'll talk about that. Do you like Michigan State? Not really. Though I do think I think the line is telling you though that Michigan State's probably the play tonight. Michigan State's the number one field goal percentage defense in the country, though it is skewed. They haven't played a lot of good opponents. I don't know. I don't like Michigan State like everyone else does. They're a good team, but I don't think they're number one. And Maryland's still got a ton of talent. They're not like totally inept. But this line is telling you that, hey, grab the points here, even though we know Michigan State's going to roll. BMOC, what do you think about St. Mary's? Talked about it. I like the other side. Um, where's Skinny Jerry Molino? I don't know. He's Florida probably. It was his daughters and his wife. I haven't seen him in a while. Um, he's doing his thing, just like I am. Uh, what do you think about Tulane? We talked about it. You have to go back, bro. Touts suck. Yeah, yeah, they do. Uh, oh my God, you actually paid him? Fucking hell! You should have asked me before you paid him. I wouldn't pay him if someone handed me $100 and said you have to give that money to Vegas Dave. I'd find a way to tear the money up before it got to him. Uh, yeah, that was a bad idea, bro. You should have asked me beforehand. Um, is Donnie a tout? Donnie sells picks, but he's about one of the only people I would pay for. Is Vegas as bad as Tweety? Don't. We're not going to get into this. Listen, I've known Tweety for a long time. I'm not going to talk negatively about him. Tweety's an interesting character. He's doing his own thing. Tweety's. I respect him a lot for. He deals a lot of shit. So do I. We all deal with a lot of shit. He faces the music every day. A lot of the time. Do I agree with some of the things that he does? No, I don't. But he's a man and he does his own things. I like him though. He's a good person deep down, and we're from the neighborhood, same neighborhood, so I like him. Um, I don't have any opinion on Tennessee Tech Belmont. Harold, what's up, buddy? What's happening? Finally figured this out. We're all lucky to have your extra. Thanks, man. That's nice of you. I'm good. I'm glad to know you, man. Appreciate it. Harold's a good guy. I've known him for a long time. Good stuff. Okay. So Kurion's not going to be on his package after this month. Good to know. Um, how has it been? How's he doing? Is he doing good? Oh no. You actually bought his picks. That's so sick. Oh man. Hey, what's up, my friend? Alex from Romania. What's up? Need for tips, my man. One of the better people in the business right there. Need for tips. Um, a great guy, a guy I consider a friend, someone I hope to meet one day. We've had a great year on the Premier League punters. Every Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, other than this week. We're not on this week. But next week, I urge you, come back, hang out with us. We're doing great with Premier League punters. I would pay for Donnie's NFL plays. Yeah, I agree. I get it for free, but I agree. Um, Michael DeSola, big man, didn't you sell picks at one time? I did. I've been a tout. Yep, I was a tout for about 3 years, and I hated every minute of it. It's something where it's kind of a slippery slope for a lot of people because, like, do I think I should be paid for what I do? Yeah, like all these shows that I do. Like, I generally believe that all of you should pay me. I think I do enough that I'm good enough to be paid for it. But I also don't want to be lumped in with that cohort. I'm not someone that I think I'm worthy to sell picks, but I don't because I'd rather just do it for free and I'd put all my time into what I'm doing and help others. You know what I'm saying? So um, you know, the top business is shit nowadays anyway, though. Everybody can be one. There's no checks and balance systems. I mean, it's brutal. No, not that much. You could send me 500 though, US if you want. Um, but I have sold picks, and I've sold. I was a pick seller that I didn't promote my service. Like I basically did like, if you want to find me. But I have guys that take care of me, and I give them winners, and we make a lot of money together. But I don't actively sell. I don't want to take on anyone new. I don't have any interest in that. So the people that do, they do deal with, like for football and stuff. I respect them the hell out of them, and they'll always have a friend in me, and they'll always get picks from me. So um, you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you're a dumbass and a fucking retard, then you'll hear from me. Or you're fucking stupid, you say something dumb, well, then you're gonna get called out for it. We have to stop in this country just awarding people because they have an opinion. Not everyone's opinion is good. Not everyone's opinion is warranted. Sometimes I don't give a flying fuck about your opinion. Get the fuck out of here. Sometimes you got to be like, look, it's a fucking stupid opinion. You know, I'm not going to pat you on the back because you had a good opinion. That's not a good opinion. I don't think you have a right opinion. And that's where so many people get off the wagon. Like they think I'm coming at them. No, where I'm from, this is how we talk to each other. You say something stupid, you're going to be outed for it. Like that's stupid. All right, guys. Don't buy picks. Do the work yourself or find someone that knows what they're doing and deal with them. Yeah, it's my hope, CC. Inshallah, as they'd say. Inshallah. On God willing. Um, CC, man, we got to get in touch, me and you, man. We got to go get some halal in Philly or something. The halal in Philly is great, man. We go somewhere. What's up, Seth? Hope you're doing well, man. Seth Hagen, good guy. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it, JK. Thanks, Patrick. RJ Bell. Who's talking about RJ Bell? No RJ Bell talking here. It's not allowed. Keep his name off my chat. I don't want my chat polluted with him. Um, Thanks, Styles. Styles 22, everybody. Thank you. Where do you do your research? Um, well, I go into the depths of my mind, and that's where I do my research. All this is through my head, and it can't go out to anybody but through me. No, I don't know. A lot of the stuff I write down, like I got notebooks that I just write shit in, just tons of notes and stuff. And again, like I've said, I have a good memory, so like it's just from research, and once I read something, it's ingrained in my head. Um, did I go to college? No, I have not. Then never went to college. Uh, what's your take on Moorhead? No opinion. Eastern Illinois sucks though. BMOC put me on to Juventus, and I have to thank you. They made me a lot of money. Yep. Shout out to Juve. Forza Juve. What websites do you get stats from? I just use like a couple information sites. I use Hoop Math. I use Dribble Handoff. Uh, Hoop Math's a good one. But a lot of it's just like in your head, you kind of know like what teams can score and what teams can't, you know? Um, what website do you watch games on? Some of the smaller conferences. I don't know. A lot of the times you can just Google the school. Like Big Sky, like you can watch all those games for free. And a lot of the real small schools, if you just go to the school's website, click on their schedule, and go down to like the current game, there'll be a watch button. You can just watch it. Thanks, Sammy Biggs. No, I didn't go to college, Rashawn. No. I just read. Like I like to read. Like I like to read stuff and like retain knowledge. So, I think if you just sit down and read and like generally like, want to have the only reason like the reason I never went to college is because I didn't want to like I didn't care about like quadratic equations and chemistry. Like even though I think chemistry now is really interesting, like there's a show I watch on TV all the time on Viceland about like different psychedelic drugs and like all that kind of stuff, like DMT and stuff. Like I think that's fascinating. But like I don't when I was younger, I have ADHD, so I could never really like sit in a class. I was always trying to like be funny or be a class clown just because I couldn't concentrate. And when I got put on medication like 5 years ago, I really started to like be able to sit down and just do something. I couldn't complete tasks. So like doing a show like this, after like 10 minutes, I would have been bored and wanted to do something else. So now I just like that's helped me a ton. Like that's been a life changer for me. Like getting on meds and being able to deal with what I have, like because I had really bad ADHD. Like I couldn't keep relationships. I had a girlfriend at the time and we had been together for a long time and it was really it was really tough to like have relationships. Things are toxic. And also I couldn't do anything. Like I worked for my father at the time and like he would have me do something and I would just be doing other things and I'd be on my phone and it was just a mess. And I had to like recognize that I had to get on medication. And I know medication, it's not great to be on like a ton of them, but sometimes you need to fix yourself, and like with the whole weight thing that I have right now, like I realize I need to eat better and I need to get healthy. And when I'm 50, I don't want to have to worry because at that point, it's really tough to lose weight. So it's like now it's like, this is the time. This is the grind time now. Yes, Juventus and Celtic, my favorite. When did the ball start in Lithuania? The 9th, I believe. Um, Thanks, Nikki Six. Yes. You know what? CC, I'll be on the air tonight. Feel free to we can do that tonight. Feel free to send in games. I'll be actually on my own. We'll do this exact show, 10 o'clock on SBR. I'm taking over for Gabe Morency. He's not on tonight. I'm filling in for him. So we'll do that. Yes, exactly, official. You got that right. Exactly. All right, guys. Everyone have a great night. I'll be back at 10 o'clock on SBR. Join me. We'll have some fun. We'll talk Rich Rodriguez. We'll talk women, porn, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. We'll talk about some games. We'll have some live betting going on. There'll be all sorts of stuff going on. So join me tonight for that. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had a show like that for a while, like where I can it's me, no one else, no guests. We might even have some guests. You want to call in? Let me know. I'll get you on the show. We'll have you call in. Bannon is an anarchist. Yeah, Bannon's a fucking right-wing nut job. Check us out. I'd like to hear from you tonight. So see me on SBR 10, filling in for Gabe Morency. Everyone have a great night. Tonight's play of the day: Jacksonville State -4.5. Have a great night. We'll see you later. 10 o'clock SBR. Me filling in for the great Gabe Morency. Join me there. Bye bye.